Hey guys and girls, what's going on? This is Dalsu with Dalsu Plays. We got our software running and Banished is up. In the town of Dalsuvius, there are many things requiring our attention today. We're going to get to them all. I'm a little bit sluggish at the moment. Had a board game night with some friends last night. A little bit too much wine. So you'll have to forgive me if I slur my speech a little bit. It is early the next morning after all. And if I don't strategize quite as efficiently as you're used to. But we'll get through it. You and I. So, pumpkin seeds. We did order pumpkin seeds, did we? Cotton is worth 2, so that's 2,000 right there. And the firewood's going to be worth another 3. So we could pick this up. Why don't we do this? I'm tired of doing the same eggplant cucumber crops. I mean, it's purely an aesthetic difference, but whatever. Okay, so that's a little bit too much. Let's move it down to 900. I can't do math today. Okay, so we're about 225 over. That's going to be 50? Around 50? That's as close as we're going to get, guys. Sorry. That's what we're working with today. We got some pumpkin seeds. Alright, this guy just has a bunch of random food. I'm going to dismiss him. And you two. You guys take off. See you later. We're doing fine on food. There's no reason to worry about that. Let's think about what our goals are for this episode before I get too carried away. We did manage to upgrade the clothier. Before I get started talking about my goals, I'm going to take a look at this drop-down menu. Okay, we have a lot of new options now. So this is where we were at before, and we'll probably stay there. Although a peacoat, leather plus wool, is something that we could do right now. Or leather plus cloth is something we can do right now. Cloth plus feather is actually something we can do right now, if we stop trading away our feathers. So let's take a look and make sure that we're not doing that. Yeah, that one's at 0. And this one's actually got feathers, so we want him to give those feathers back. And we have plenty of cloth, I assume. Yeah, we have 250 cloth. So he's going to be making the best clothing available, I guess, if we follow what Dead Inside and I both agreed is the quality. We know that the bottom of the drop-down menu is the highest quality. We don't know that. We think that. We suspect that. We feel it in our hearts. Everybody is capped on food, so why don't we go ahead and raise that. And then, at long last, maybe we can talk about our goals. This school is actually full. And this church is almost full. No worries, this one's not. Okay, back to talking about our goals. We are going to want to upgrade this guy right here, this deep small quarry. And that's going to require some lamp oil. Now, in order to get lamp oil, it's fairly difficult. You need olives to go to a press, and then from the press, I think there's one more step. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see if we can figure this out. Food refining. Yeah, this guy is going to get lamp oil is best pressed from whale oil. Actually, that makes sense. I didn't really think about that, but whale oil is much better for making the lamp oil that we need. So probably I should just leave these olives alone and not plant any more olives and allow for these just to be added to our food supply. Okay, so that goal's out, but now our goal has shifted to instead building a shipping wharf, which is a somewhat difficult building to get together. Let's take a look at it. I think it's under raw food, actually. Yeah, you need hulls. That last symbol there is hulls. So, I'm not 100% sure on how to get hulls, but we can figure it out. It's probably going to be under maybe this one. know. Not sure which one it is. Yeah, here we go. Shipyard. Builds hold components for deployment at waterside docks and wharfs. So, do we have 4 building supplies? I'm not sure, but does this belong in the water? It looks like the little tail end belongs in the water. It does. Okay, so we'll pop it down right here. And I'm not sure if we have our 4 building supplies or not. We only have 3 right now, but that's no matter. That's going to get built very soon. So that goal will be taking a step towards, at least. Now, next thing is, I wanted to establish this little area here. I did build a nice small market. It's functioning just fine. It looks like it wants 1 more worker, but we're not going to give it that right now. We're a little bit low on labor. And since we are low on labor, and since we've just recently established this new area, I'm going to put some houses around it. So let's go and take a look here. I'm going to start using brick road when I build new places, because we have some brick now being fired. Yeah, that would be the right word. So let's go ahead and ring this market so it looks nice. And then we'll start our first row of houses off to the side, I guess. And I'm not going to do anything fancy here, just stone houses facing this road. And that's it for right now. Yeah. Here and here I'll start off. That's just 2 houses, not going to make a big difference, but at least we'll get that area kind of started. Now, another thing that I have been talking about for some time is a wine production chain. So we do have a lot of grapes, but I really don't think it's enough. Let's go ahead and check our guide here. I've checked it several times. Yeah, 127 grapes. The grapes are being consumed too fast, I think, and not produced heavily enough. So what we're going to do is probably raise our food cap up even more. And go ahead and plant ourselves some new grape fields. We are a little bit limited by the amount of labor we have right now. It's not really enough for what we want. But we'll make it work, and hopefully we'll have some youngins moving up to take the place of some of the people who've been dying and such. Another thing that would be prudent is probably a schoolhouse over here, because these kids have to walk 20 miles in the snow, uphill both ways, to get over to this one-room schoolhouse. So I'm thinking maybe there, or even closer to this one. I'm not sure. But we can't get carried away with building too much stuff, because we only have 6 builders right now and 4 laborers. And this thing is busily being constructed, so let's just hold off on that for a while on our other plans. And just kind of zoom around and see what's going on. Another thing that is in the back of my mind is a dairy, and all those things that the dairy makes out of milk. We are going to be producing a hell of a lot of milk from the standard pasture, I assume. We've got it fully stocked with people. And how much milk do we have? 0. It's getting lapped up by the masses, as is expected. We could also pilfer some workers from other places, maybe. We have a shit ton of iron ore. I don't know why I'm still even... How about coal? We got plenty of coal. And the iron ore, let's see. Yeah, we've got plenty of both of those things, so I tell you what. You guys stop work for a little while. And we're going to have you just kind of go into the labor pool, help us out a little bit. We might do that to the quarry guys, too, at some point. But we're healthy right now in terms of stone. And we're pretty healthy in terms of iron. We did find out that we had a little bit of a choke point, if you will, with our foundry, because he's the guy responsible for turning all this stuff into iron, and he's not doing it fast enough to meet our demands. So another foundry may be in order pretty soon. We've got this place done. Let's see. So we're going to have a little bit of a time getting all this stuff together. We do have cloth, and we do have lumber, but we do not have rope. Nor do I think we have hemp seeds. So he's going to be turned off for right now, but we're going to be keeping our eye out for hemp seeds or someone we can possibly order hemp seeds from, because we need a ropery in order to get that up and running. Alright. So, those 6 builders should be finishing out these houses. Yeah, that one's almost done. And we're going to want to think about, but probably not actually get, that third symbol. What is it again? God damn. I always forget what the symbols are. It's going to be under here. No, under here. Under. Oh, jeez. It's been a long morning. Alright, so, homewares. That's right, homewares. I'm not really aware of what the production chain is for that, because I think that used to have a different name. I think it was called furnishings. But, suffice to say, it's a rather complex process, and we're going to need a lot of workers to do it. We do have 16 workers now and 6 builders who are not doing anything, so I'm trying to decide what to do with them. I think maybe a schoolhouse would probably be a nice next step, so let's do that. It's going to be under town services and civic buildings, and one-room schoolhouse is the better one. Alright, so he's going to live about right here. Guess that looks pretty good. We can always do something else down there too. Let's see what this trader's got. Coffee, scotch, and pub meal. So he's like a smuggler. He's not going to have any seeds for us. On the other hand, this guy... No, he also doesn't have anything. Okay, so we're going to dismiss you guys. Wait for someone to bring us hemp. That'll be later on. Okie dokie. So, do we have anything clogging up the works that we want to trade away? Not really, that I can see. We do have a hell of a lot of feathers, but we're now using these, right? Cloth plus feather. He's capped out. I mean, we could just have him make more cloth down coats and then sell those if we wanted to do that. I'm sure they're worth a pretty penny. Although I haven't seen anything that's actually worth over 10. So even the gold is only worth 10, so. How are we doing on lumber, by the way? I think both of these guys are set to firewood at the moment, so we've been using lumber pretty willy-nilly. But it seems to be okay. Does this guy... I had him turned on joists for a while, which means he was using a bit of lumber. And is there anyone else who's actually using my lumber? Yeah, this guy is just using straight... what? Logs, right? So... how many did he produce? He produced about 8 last season, which is really about what we need. So, I'm happy with that. You guys must be building the schoolhouse, huh? Yeah, that schoolhouse is going to get built. So, after that, what are we going to do? Do we start maybe our liquor or wine production chain? I think maybe a few more grape orchards. What do you call them? A vineyard. A few more vineyards would be in order. And we can put those kind of easily between our new little area. And kind of I'm thinking like wrap them around this way. Keeping them outside of the circle, of course. But kind of wrapping them around this way. And leaving some room for housing and stuff here. Housing and stuff here. And then eventually more housing over here as well. Let's go ahead and connect these two. They didn't do anything to deserve being severed like that, so let's go ahead and fix that up. The brick is a little hard to see against this ground, but I still like the look of it. And how are we doing on bricks, by the way, now that we've got our whole system up and running? Let's see. 40 bricks, that's not terrible. Where's the choke point? Because I built 2 of these guys, and they both seem to have enough materials, don't they? Clay and furnace fuel. Clay might be a little bit of an issue. All these guys are doing clay. So, we'll see. We might shut some of that down, though. It's not necessary to have, like, just a shit ton of bricks, you know. We've got a lot of labor now. Let's go ahead and hire a teacher here. That's great. And we'll start work on some new grape fields, I'm thinking. Then we'll come up in here. Kind of far away from things, I know, but I'm planning on expanding a bit up in this direction, so I don't want to block it off with fields. We'll do standard orchards, and we'll do them 11 by 11, I guess. That might be too far away, huh? I'd like to go ahead and put one right smack on top of this hill. $11 by 11 looks good. Let's do 3 of them. And I'm gonna pause the game because there's a merchant waiting for me. Is that guy straight? No, I'm missing a square. Okay, so I gotta zoom in close here. Do the hangover phase. All right, and boom. Okay, so those guys will get chopped away and stuff, and it'll be good. Now, you are supposed to be bringing me hemp. Not the same thing every time, okay? We've reached our stone cap. So all these guys, well, should we raise our stone cap? I don't know. 500 stone seems healthy. We don't want our stockpiles being overwhelmed. We got plenty of coal. We got a bit of sand that we haven't used for anything. And then we have not enough clay, apparently, to do what we want to do. Where is it? Clay. We have 100, so that's actually gone up in the last few minutes. 3 of these guys should be able to provide for these 2 guys, but I don't know. Usually it's these that go really fast. Alright, so those fields are being cleared, or those orchards, whatever you want to call them. And I'm not sure if we'll do it, like, symmetrical, but it might look a little weird. We might put some houses right here. They'll be inside the market's range. I like that idea, actually. Let's see if we can throw down some brick roads here that kind of demonstrate what I'm wanting to do. Alright, so I don't know if that's perfectly suited for 2 rows of housing, but let's try it. Oops. Didn't mean to pause the game on you there. Stone house. And stone house. Hey, it works. Alright. Eyeballed that pretty good. Now, grapes, please. And I'm going to pause the game because I'm going to have to shift some workers here. Alright, we want just 1 on each, right? And we're going to say add 2 new farmers. That makes sense. And we'll have to do this one in a minute. Alright, that's going to keep our builders busy. I'm tempted to maybe go cut down some more logs, but we don't ever seem to be running out, so, you know. Deer and pigs, everybody just keeps bringing me livestock. I don't want livestock right now. We were at our food cap again, which is incredible. We can just kind of keep growing willy-nilly. So let's go ahead and raise our food cap up, I guess, just by 1,000 so people don't stop working right now. And yeah, I'm happy with this. It just means we can grow and grow and grow. So we do need to be doing more housing, I think. We'll let those get finished. And we may consider starting to think in the direction of this other thing, this furnishings, what used to be called furnishings, homewares. We can start to think in that direction maybe next episode. Again, we're kind of restricted by the things that we don't have available to us right now, like hemp seeds, which I've had the opportunity to buy before and probably should have bought when I had the chance. By the way, I've got pumpkins that I've never planted, so don't let me forget about that, guys. Some pumpkin patches over here would be nice. I guess that final grape field probably got done, huh? Yeah? Alright, let's go to grapes. We're going to move you down to 1 and 1 more farmer. Great, so now we've got even more grapes, and we'll probably go ahead and start our liquor production next episode as well. I guess wine's not really a liquor. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about wine right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next episode. Hopefully I'll be a little better after I dust some of these cobwebs off. See you next time.